Hey, so I want to ask you guys about something that's been bothering me. And it has to do with Four Nations. And I will admit that my anxiety is up because of Hockey Canada's decisions during the World Juniors. And I understand that this managerial group for Hockey Canada, representing Canada at the Four Nations, is, made up of NHL general managers. But I was promised, okay, and they did say this, that the best players who were performing the best around the time the roster was announced would go. Okay? Now, I just want to run you through the fact that John Tavares is not in that lineup. And I'm upset about that. But the thing that upsets me more is a young man named Logan Thompson. Logan Thompson was traded for a third-round pick during an autograph session at the draft floor last year.
Yeah, 2 third-round picks.
Oh, sorry.
How dare you?
Picks. Washington stole Logan Thompson.
Yes.
Because Aiden Hill, who is the starter in Vegas, is not as good this year. And Logan Thompson, who has 17 wins in 21 games and a .919 save percentage.
Holy shit.
is not going. And let me compare and contrast, not just Aiden Hill. Let's talk about Jordan Binnington. 11 wins in 30 games this year.
Yeah.
He has an .896 save percentage.
He played for Hockey Canada. So
Sam Montembeault, 32 games this year, .898 save percentage. And here's the thing that really, to me, is the most stinging indictment of all this, is Montembeault's played 176 games. I didn't realize it was that many. It's a lot of games.
He played for Florida.
.898 is his career save percentage. He's coming up on 200 games, which is where you get your pension. This is who this player is.
Damn.
Everybody's like, man, you don't even know about Montembeault. He's crazy.
He has good games. He has very good games.
And he has .898 games more often.
Right.
Jordan Binnington, career save percentage. He's played 310 games, .907. But he's not really hitting that very often anymore. He hit it last year, but the year before was pretty bad. And the year before that was pretty bad.
Adam,
and this year's pretty bad.
As long as we're having the conversation, what do you know about December 3rd?
Hang on.
No.
Last one. Aiden Hill.
Okay.
Has been on a steady decline since the Vegas Golden Knights won the cup. 915, 909, now 903.
Now, I will say for Aiden Hill, he started the season dog shit.
If you
and he leveled off.
If you take out his first 4 games of the year, the save percentage goes to the roof.
Okay.
Yeah. He's been good.
So
he's good.
So Aiden Hill belongs.
He's the starter.
I'll give you Jordan Binnington because Doug Armstrong is the general manager and he's won a cup. That's how they'd look at it. Or he's the assistant general manager? Or is he the lead guy?
I think he's the lead.
It's him and Dubas and some other people. Logan Thompson not being there was bad in December is way worse now.
Yeah.
Don Sweeney is the GM, by the way.
Oh, that's your biggest problem.
Maybe
that is a problem. I would fire Sweeney.
Well, you know what? The final is in Boston. If Canadians want to join Bostonians in that chant,
we might have to. We might not be there. We might not need to go.
Yo. It is not. What if the Bruins completely free fall before the Four Nation face-off and he's fired before the tournament and then he has to go back to Boston? It's not going to happen, but fuck.
What a story.
It'd be awesome.
It's Sweeney, and then his assistants are Jim Nill and Julian Breezewell. Doug Armstrong is the management group lead, and Kyle Dubas is director of player personnel.
Right. Which means they're all GMs.
That sounds like a lot of here's a title for you.
Yes.
Yeah, no, it's you get the smartest people in the room and you give them their titles, right? But you got to have some sort of hierarchy there. So I understand the roles.
That's okay.
But they got a good collection of dudes.
They do.
Well,
except for they left the best of the collection of dudes at home. Oh, you mean the general?
I mean the management. Maybe Don Sweeney. Like we can
Don
split hairs about that.
I'm calling that into question.
Yes, we can split hairs about Don Sweeney being having the GM title on this team based on what he's been doing lately.
But when he was named that, they had come off a record-breaking season.
Sure,
right, and I get that
totally.
I'll give them that.
Yeah, and then now look at the roster.
Listen. This Team Canada could win. They should be able to win any tournament they're in. That's the thing. But my whole thing about Team Canada and cheering for it, and this is what I got from a bunch of people that push back on some of our World Junior stuff. People were like, well, it shouldn't matter what players Canada brings because the pool's so deep that they should win anyway.
That's not true.
That is a legitimate.
Listen.
Legitimate
I want to have a respectful
argument.
conversation. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, I know.
What are you talking about?
My thing.
What does that mean?
This is a crazy idea. My thing is to give us, despite the deep talent pool, the best chance. The best chance to win. And what I see here is some guys who did not follow through on their promise to bring the best performing players. Tavares, I think, was robbed. He should be on that team.
Mark Scheifele.
I'd make an argument for Chris Tanev. I understand why he was left off.
Yeah, that's
monster season. But just to prove that I'm not Leaf biased, how do you not have a goalie who's 17 wins in 21 games?
How about this? What is significant about December 3rd?
It's
December
the
3rd,
RFA deadline.
Is it?
Oh, it's like December 2nd.
Oh, yeah. No, it's December 1st.
Okay.
No, it is the last time Sam Bennett got a goal. I think 15 games ago.
Wow. But how many people has he injured since? That's the key.
Oh,
with
probably
Sam Bennett.
4 or 5.
The injuries per 60 are very key.
Yeah, probably 4 or 5. That guy's on Team Canada.
Mm-hmm.
Deserved it.
Absolutely.
Honestly, like, we had a discussion earlier this season about, like, he looked great on the Leafs. How much money is he going to get this summer? Holy shit.
He's spending it now.
He's spending a shitload. Now, he makes his money
In the playoffs.
But as the regular season counts, and they tend to look at that sort of thing.
And they said that's how they were going to judge.
Dude, let me bring
Listen, guys, if I had Jesse,
Yeah.
Steve,
Sure.
if I had said to you guys before this season started, guys, Tom Wilson is a lock to make Team Canada.
I would have been surprised.
You'd have laughed me out of the room.
Yeah.
But you know what Tom Wilson did? He came out and he played great. And they're
With
like,
a bubble on.
with a bubble on. But he played great. And there's not a lot of Tom Wilsons in the league. And Team Canada's like, you know what? We promised that we would pick the best performing forward, so we're bringing Tom Wilson.
Well,
But they just didn't follow through on it with the rest of the roster.
Or you could have
specifically in goal.
You could have a guy who doesn't have a goal since December 3rd or an assist since December 16th. Oh. He doesn't have a point for, against St. Louis, no. Against Tampa, no. Against Tampa again, no. Against Montreal, no. Against the Rangers, no. Against the Hurricanes, no. Against the Penguins, no. Against Colorado, no. Against Utah, no.
Wait, Tom Wilson's not on the team.
On Team Canada?
Yeah.
I thought he was.
No. Tom Wilson didn't make the team.
He maybe should be.
Well, maybe he should be, damn it. I thought he was.
No.
All right,
Tom Wilson didn't make the team.
No, okay.
Yeah.
You know, the rest of it is pretty good. The rest of it, I don't mind. But the goaltending was the biggest issue. And that's the part that bothers me.
How about Sam Bennett hasn't been a plus since December 7th?
Wow.
Dude, this guy's been brutal.
He's putting up Josh Anderson numbers. Like that's crazy.
This is such a good player, and he's such an important part of Florida's team.
Could be injured.
Yeah, he could be, because he's been awful.
Of the forward group, are there any names that stand out to you that you would relitigate, like Konechny? And Sam Bennett,
I love
Konechny. Yeah, I think he makes the team. So it's like, okay, if we want somebody like Tavares on, I guess Bennett's your guy you're taking off.
Probably now.
Yeah.
And Tavares was playing well enough at the time that I know he had a bad couple of weeks in October, but then he was like on a monster streak. So I don't feel like this is like some late bloomer thing.
Anybody else in your eyes you take off to swap?
I understand why Anthony Cirelli is there. And I think he's a great player.
Wasn't John Cooper the coach?
Yes. I understand why Anthony Cirelli's there, and he plays a role, and John Cooper needs him to play that role. I get it. But that's the name that sticks out the most to me. Because after that, you have legitimate Bennett, Cirelli, and then it's Crosby, Brandon Hagel, who is criminally still underrated. Seth Jarvis is amazing, although had a bit of a funny start.
Injury
underrated. Nathan McKinnon, Brad Marchand has fallen off a little bit. Mitch Marner, Connor McDavid, Braden Point, Sam Reinhart, Mark Stone. And of course, Brad Marchand is going because Don Sweeney's his general manager. He's going. Of course he's going. And you know what?
Well, and he deserves it.
Do you want Brad Marchand not to be there? Because I don't. I want him there.
No, Brad Marchand should be there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now on defense, this is where I can't really what do you Makar, Morrissey, Parayko, Pietrangelo, Sanheim, Theodore, and Tays. Pretty hard to get mad at that.
It's wild that Canada could be sending a goalie trio of Aiden Hill, Logan Thompson, and who the hell's buddy in Seattle? Why am I blanking?
Decord.
Thank you, Joey Decord.
But he couldn't get his passport.
I know, but like,
in time.
God, that looks way better than what they have.
He doesn't qualify. Doesn't he not qualify for the international for the Olympics based on their criteria?
He's like Tom Hanks in The Terminal. Like he has no country. Like it's really weird. He's from Krakosia. He can play hockey for Krakosia.
All right.
He's a Canadian American from Switzerland, from everywhere, from Australia. He's Australian. I don't know. I'm just saying, yes, you pick the guys who are the hottest right now, and a few of these guys got named to Team Canada and immediately fell off.
Yeah, and that happens.
It does
and you know
happen.
What? Here's what's great. They'll play the tournament, and they might play great.
Yeah, this isn't like a dump on Sam Bennett fest for me.
No.
I'm
not even dumping on the goalies they picked. I thought Montembeault was weird when his name was brought up at the beginning of the season. I was like, this is weird. Mm-hmm. And then they were like, we're sticking to it, despite the evidence. Logan Thompson was good in Vegas too, man. Right? Like, it wasn't like this came out of nowhere. And what's weird to me is Vegas could have had Aiden Hill and Logan Thompson.
But I
could have kept him.
I think like Charlie Lindgren was so good last year.
Yeah.
And Thompson got traded out of Vegas. I think the thinking was, okay, so we're going to bring Washington's backup. Meh.
Right.
We didn't know he was going to then take a very good goaltender's job, which is what he did. Charlie Lindgren's good.
He is very good.
And he stole that job right from...
Well, I don't even know. Maybe they're just a tandem, right? That happens in the NHL. They've played... Charlie Lindgren's played 10 games.
Okay. Well,
or 20 games.
Well, one of them's basically undefeated.
Yeah.
Do you know who leads the NHL in save percentage amongst Canadian goaltenders?
That's a really good question.
Amongst Canadian...
Are we counting Joey Decord?
No.
Okay.
Let's not.
Because he's an American and Canadian. It's not Logan Thompson?
It's not.
Marc-Andre Fleury.
Oh.
No! I believe is the correct. Let me triple.
And and the Wylde are on a tear.
Oh no, it's sorting by single season.
Oh, boo hiss.
Individual
You
season.
stink.
Save percent. Oh, here we go. Mackenzie Blackwood.
Wow.
Another guy who could definitely be on the
There you go. In 29 games played, he's got a 919. Louis Domingue technically is in first in one game played, 926.
Knock it off.
Blackwood has a 919. Logan Thompson also at a 919, but in less games. And then Darcy Kemper, 918.
Well, Blackwood, because I'm a noted Avalanche truther. He had a 911 save percentage in San Jose in 19 games. In 10 games with the Avalanche, he is 8-1-1 with a 940.
Man.
940. Yeah, he should probably be on the team.
Darcy Kemper should probably be on this team too. We're just 11-2-2.
Holy hot shit.
918, 2.23 GAA.
Jesse's only saying that because he's wearing a Kings jersey.
Yeah, let's go. Byfield. So Darcy Kemper, unbelievable season so far.
They just sort of pick names out of a hat, huh? Like,
ask Dubas.
No, they picked their guy. They didn't pick guy who was performing. They picked their guy. Doug, we've met. I like you, Doug Armstrong. I like you. You're awesome. You're great. You've won a cup. You're smart. Come on.
Do you get to call him Doug?
Mr. Armstrong.
You could argue.
Sir.
You could argue.
I liked him a lot, by the way. You seem like a great guy, but like this is very clearly
There's an
what are we doing
argument
here,
none of the three goaltenders Canada picked should be going.
Yeah, I think Aiden Hill deserves to.
Aiden Hill, I would bring Aiden Hill, but like you could make the argument.
You can make an argument at
It'd be Kemper, Logan Thompson.
No, you can't.
There you go.
Kemper, Logan Thompson, and who? Marc-Andre Fleury, who's got a 903.
Cam Talbot.
Oh,
Matt Murray.
That'd be nice. Yeah.
The collection of management and coaching is pretty cool to look at, just to see all of these guys who are amongst the best in their position around the NHL together in a room. Matt, if you want to bring up the list of people who work for the Four Nations Canada team, it's GM Don Sweeney, Jim Nill, Associate General Manager, Julian Brisebois, Assistant General Manager, Ryan Getzlaff, Player Relations Advisor, Dubas, Player Personnel, Doug Armstrong, Management Group Lead, John Cooper, Head Coach, Bruce Cassidy, Assistant, Peter DeBoer, Assistant. I don't know this individual.
Misha Donskov?
Donskov?
Where do they work?
I don't
I
know.
don't
idea.
Rick Tockett, assistant coach.
Scarborough, Ontario.
So yeah, it's a great collection of some of the best talent in the league.
Rick Tockett being from Scarborough explains so much about him. I
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
know.
Absolutely.
But I assume most of the Four Nations teams look like this. So
Ryan Getzlaff being on the team is interesting because he works for the league now. Like
it makes even more sense.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, that makes so
Oh, you work for the league? You want a job? You can have it.
Yeah, hey, why don't you just come over here and be a consultant?
You want a couple $100,000 a year? and do nothing?
Yeah.
Don't you wish you were part of that club a little bit?
Oh, my God. I mean,
Because then I would have to be that type of person.
Yeah, but like they don't think about it that way.
I would.
they go home and look at their bank account and go, I'm that type of guy.
You know what? Yeah.
I am that type of guy.
Damn, where do I sign up to be that type of guy?
Damn, I'm okay with. Listen, I'll be honest with you.
I don't know.
I could fake being that type of guy for that kind of money. I'll fake it all day.
Ryan gets laughing all the way to the bank.
By the way, whenever I see Kyle Dubas' name come up in anything, I just automatically assume that Jason Spezza is there and like as an intern. Like I just assume that Jason Spezza did have a hand in this, even if he didn't officially.
Jason Spezza randomly being Kyle Dubas' Dwight Schrute is the funniest thing.
Right? Right? Yeah, it's great.
Following him around with a duotang. It's great.
I like it.
Ah, God, I miss you, Jason.